Bendix Home Appliances, a division of Avco, the famous name of the world's finest automatic washers and dryers, presents the exciting television game, The Name's the Same. Now, let's meet our panel of famous names. Comedy star of radio and television, Maury Amsterdam. Famous radio and television actress, Joan Alexander. Famous radio and television personality, Bill Cullen. And your host and moderator, another famous name, Robert Q. Lewis.
Thank you. Hi, welcome once again to The Name's the Same. Tonight, once again, you're going to meet some people who have very famous names. Names the same as famous celebrities, well-known places, and things that we all know. And tonight, as always, it's up to our trio of experts to figure out those contestants' names through a process of cross-examination. To start things off, let's meet our first guest with a famous name. Come on up here. We got the phone book all ready. Phone book has been preset. How are you?
From
Where are you from?
Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn? Oh, yeah, there's no score yet, I hear. What is your, what do you do? Oh, you go to school, I guess, huh? How old are you?
5 years old.
5 years old? You're very cute. Anybody tell you that? See me in about 15 years, will you? All right, now, this lady has a very famous name, and I'm going to call her Miss X, just so we don't give it away by accident. Let's let our home audience see her famous name. And this is really her name. Now, panel, it's up to you, and Maury, welcome to our show. It's up to you, panel, to cross-examine Miss X to find out what her famous name is. Remember, you're competing with one another to see who determines that name first. The losers pay. You have 10 questions apiece. The panelist who guesses the name correctly keeps his or her money. The losers write out a check for $25. Miss X, you will answer yes or no as if you were the famous name that you bear. All right, let's tell you this before we start. Miss X's name is a thing. I knew you'd be happy to hear that. Let's start off with Joan Alexander. Joni?
Is this thing something I might use? Yes?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Might I use it in the house?
Oh, sure. Sure.
Yes?
Sure. Now, sure.
Might I also use it in the street?
Sure. Let me hear you say yes. Say yes. Huh? Say yes.
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 Good. Do I wear this?
Wear it?
Yes, wear it.
No.
No? In order to operate this thing, would I most likely hold it in my hand?
Yes.
Yes? If I was standing on the corner of, say, Fifth Avenue with this thing in my hand, ready for action, would people stare at me?
Yeah. I think they might, yes.
Is it what the police might classify as a dangerous weapon?
Dangerous? I don't think the police would classify it as a dangerous weapon. No.
Oh, I'm wrong then. Well, I pass.
All right, Bill?
Well, if she couldn't use it on Fifth Avenue, well, I'm going to do it a different way. Is this the kind of a thing that I could give, for instance, to my wife for her birthday?
No.
Well, wait a minute, Bill. How long you been married?
Gee, I don't know. I wish you hadn't 5 or 10 years, something like that.
You might. You very well might. Knowing you, yes.
If I gave it to her, would it give her a tremendous amount of pleasure? I mean, would it be something she'd been looking forward to?
As I say, I don't know your lovely wife too well. I think it, no, not a tremendous amount of
She looks
pleasure.
forward to everything, pretty much. It's the kind of thing she could use while she's talking to her girlfriends, as they say. Girlfriends.
Yeah, she could use it while she was talking to her girlfriend, yeah.
Now, here, is it the type of thing that could only correctly be given to women?
No.
I won't ask the question. Could I give this? I mean, if I wanted to get on a very good side and my boss, could I give it to my boss? Is it expensive?
Who do you work for? I don't think so, Bill, no.
I think right now I'm going to give it to Maury Amsterdam.
All right, Maury, go ahead.
From the expression on your face, I thought for a minute it might be iodine. Is it something that men and women use alike?
Yes, yes.
Is it something that you establish it's used in the house? Is it something that's used in any special room of the house?
No special room, would you say, Miss X? No special room.
Would
Maury.
the weather in any way influence the use of it?
No, I don't think so.
And you say it can be used by men and women alike. Is it anything that you drive?
Be a good trick. I don't know. No, I don't think you drive it.
No. Is it something that's used by children?
Yes.
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 It is used by children.
Yeah.
Is it more likely to be used by children than by grown-ups?
Yes.
Are there more than one of these? Or can there be more than one used at a time?
You ever use more than one at a time? I think some kids might. It wouldn't be ordinarily done, but I imagine this could be, yeah.
I have something in mind, but I'm afraid I'll have to leave the studio. I pass.
All right,
Is
Johnny.
it something that children eat?
Yes.
Is it a confectionery?
Yes, and you have one question.
Oh,
Don.
is it something to do with gum?
No, Bill?
Well, I'm out.
It's not a gum?
No.
Is it something that is known mostly for being eaten by children?
Yes.
Is it a, what do you call it, an all-day sucker?
Well, you're... Go
A
on.
round all-day sucker. A lollipop. Is it
Lollipop. And I want you, panel, to meet lollipops. Lollipops. Thank you, darling. You go on over there and collect your check from Joan Alexander and Maury Amsterdam, and thanks from Bendix Home Appliances for playing the names the same. I wish I'd had a lollipop for you.
Honey, you look like a lollipop, too. You didn't have to eat.
I'd like to, just one brief word, ladies and gentlemen, about the forthcoming election. Don't trust the other fella to make your decisions for you. He will if you fail to vote. So we'll all see you at the polls, and if you plan on registering, don't forget to register. Now let's meet our next guest with a famous name. Are you, sir? Once again, I must ask where you're from.
New Haven, Connecticut.
New Haven, good. And your occupation?
Well, I'm director of public relations at New Haven College.
Well, we're very happy to have you with us on the program. Now, we know you've got a famous name. We're all anxious to take a look at it. Let's let our home viewers see this gentleman's famous name. I was sure we'd be safe having a college man on, since none of our panel would be. Remember how we play our game, panel and Mr. X? You each have 10 questions. Mr. X, you will answer yes or no as if you were the famous person whose name you bear. If you run out of questions, you lose, and you also lose, and you pay our contestant $25 by check. Now, let's see how you do. Bill Cullen, will you start?
All right, Mr. X, are you a man?
Yes, sir.
Are you in show business?
Yes.
Are you well known for having appeared in the movies mostly in the movies?
Yes.
Are you a serious actor?
A tough question.
What does that refer to?
Well, yeah, I think that might be explained more fully. No, don't charge him for that yet. What do you mean by serious actor, Bill? I think almost anyone in the movies is a pretty serious actor.
I'm afraid to try explaining it to a college man. Here, a serious actor is a fellow who, if he don't get any laughs, don't mind.
In that case, no, huh?
Is he primarily a comedian? I don't mean a monologue type of comedian, but a man who acts in situation comedy.
Yes.
Yes. Now all I have to do is think of one.
There are only about 1 million.
Is he also as famous for being on the radio and television as in the movies?
No.
I'm going to pass it along to a fellow who is. Maury Amsterdam.
Maury?
Are you in cowboy movies, particularly?
No.
You are not a comedian. You're a dramatic actor.
Well, don't establish something that has not yet been established. This gentleman we established is more or less of a humorist.
Well, I'm just trying to confuse myself.
All right. I'm proud to have you do it.
Have you, first of all, are you under 50 years of age?
Yes.
Are you under 40 years of age?
Yes.
Do you also sing?
I guess so.
It's
I don't
important.
think-
I write songs. I just thought I'd throw it in. You do sing,
Yes, yes.
Yes.
but you are not, that is not your main forte, your forte, rather, in motion picture singing.
Yes.
It is.
It's
No,
not-
it is. Yes,
no,
it is.
Oh, yes,
not.
it is not. You see, now I got you confused. I know I do it.
Well.
Have you appeared in motion pictures in the last 2 years?
Yes.
Do you have a motion picture currently playing in New York City?
Oh, I'm sure of that. Yes.
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 Yes, must be.
Well, you
Oh,
said
yes,
that this man
matter
has
of
every
fact.
picture made. Are you married to a motion picture star?
No. No. And you have only 3 questions left, Maury.
I pass.
Are you
All right,
married
Jim.
at all?
Yes.
You are married. Are you under 30?
No.
You're between 30 and 40.
Yes.
Are you handsome?
Quite. Yes.
Quite handsome?
All righty.
You are quite handsome.
I would say so. Yeah.
Are you dark? Are you a brunette?
Yes, I believe. Yes.
Yeah, more or
Yes, I
less.
would say.
More or less a brunette.
That's a good.
Oh, did you come to films from the legitimate theater?
Yes.
Were you a great success on the legitimate
Yes.
stage? Did you play in musicals?
Doing fine. Go on. Yes, sir.
Did you play in
ma'am.
musicals?
Uh-huh.
You played in musicals.
This guy knows his namesake. Go on.
Gee, 3 questions. Were you on Broadway within the last 6 years?
No.
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 No, it was before that.
You have 2 questions, Johnny.
I better pass.
All right, Bill.
Did you gain much of your fame by playing roles of one particular role I'm thinking of an adolescent in school? Oh, I can't think of that.
No, I think, really?
Brother Rat?
Oh, yes.
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 Well, that narrows it down to 2 then. Are you now famous for being also, in addition to being an actor, are you also very well known for being a producer of radio programs?
Yes.
And,
This is something I knew nothing about, but go ahead.
all right,
Go on.
I got 2. That would mean that leads up to, are you Ezra Stone?
No. You have 1 question.
Are you also in that picture, are you Eddie Bracken?
All right. Very good, Bill. Very good. Very good. And of course he's handsome. Before you go to pick up your money, Mr. Bracken, tell me, have you ever met your famous namesake, the motion picture star Eddie Bracken?
No, I've looked forward to that a long time. but
Well,
I just haven't.
I think we can realize that desire for you tonight. We have a treat for you, ladies and gentlemen. This gentleman's famous namesake, Mr. Eddie Bracken. Eddie, nice to see you. You're handsome.
Sure, I'm handsome.
If you wait till after the show, this Mr. Bracken, I'm sure this Mr. Bracken will be glad to have a chat with you. In the meanwhile, let's see, Joni and Maury.
My letters.
Write out your checks for $25 apiece, and Mr. Bracken, I'll ask you to go over there to pick them up.
Certainly.
Not you.
Hi, Mr. Bracken.
Incidentally, Mr. Bracken, thanks from Bendix Home Appliances for being on with us tonight. And this, Mr. Bracken, we come now to the I'd Like to Be portion of the program. Before the show started, this gentleman told us who he might like to be, just in fun, of course, if he weren't himself. And panel, we'll see if you can determine who that person is in just a moment. And now we're set to play I'd Like to Be. Our panel is going to try to find out who it is Eddie Bracken would like to be. Let's let our home audience see that famous name. All right, panel, we play the same as we did before. The loser's checks go to Eddie Bracken's favorite charity. Maury sitting in for Abe Burrows, who's taking one little short vacation and doing very well, Mr. Amsterdam. Doing very well. Will you start this round, please?
All right, Eddie, are you living? Don't laugh, because a lot of people say, do you call this living? You know.
I'm alive, yeah.
You're alive.
Yeah.
Are you in the entertainment business?
Yeah, more or less.
Or more or less.
Yeah,
you must be
mostly.
I don't mean politics.
Mostly.
You're mostly in the entertainment
Yeah.
business. Are you in sports?
No.
You're not in sports.
No.
Are you? You're not in politics.
No.
In other words, you're just in the entertainment business in a broad sense.
No, not in a broad sense. It's a male.
I was going to say that too, but I'm on the wrong end of the thing. You know.
I can say that. I look innocent, you know.
The first time I've seen Anthony, I'm playing straight, but that's all right. Go
You
on.
have sort of a face like a newborn bird.
Here we go.
Fits in the eye.
Let's go.
All right, here we go, Dad. Let's give Joan a whirl then.
All right, Johnny.
Newborn bird.
I'm a hit. I'll say it again. Newborn bird.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, be careful. He'll come another egg. Now, let's
you're
go.
You're in the audience on my next show.
He guessed it. I'm Donald Duck.
I've forgotten everything he said. Are you in films?
Yes.
Are you also in television?
Not yet.
May I?
Not steady.
Oh, yes. Yes,
Really?
yes.
I haven't
together,
seen
fellas.
myself yet.
Yes, Tony, very definitely. in
Television and film.
Yes.
Also on the stage?
No.
Are you a leading man?
No.
Well,
No. Yeah. So what you said? What she means by leading? What do you mean by leading man?
I mean, not a newborn bird.
Yes.
You know, a leading man, a man who
Well, if
gets
I
the,
play the
gets
leading
the girl.
roles in pictures, yes, I
Yes,
do
well, you're
that.
a leading man.
Yes, I do that.
I've had newborn.
That is
Hi,
what I
Bill.
wanted.
He's an old-born bird. Go on.
Old boy.
Two no Trump.
All righty. Let's see. Are you the kind of a performer that is sort of appeals to one particular group? I'll save myself a question and say that the children group.
Yeah, I think so.
And you are in television, is that right? I mean, just reestablishing this.
There's an argument against that, but I would say yes, I'm in television.
Very definitely.
Do you have
Very
to do?
definite.
Do you have to do with?
I lost the argument.
Do you have to do with an animal?
Huh?
Do you have to do with? I'll rephrase the question. In your work, I mean, do you work with something that could be considered an animal? Almost anything.
Could be, yes. I would say that I do.
Are you Kukla Fran and Ollie?
No.
I'm going to pass this over to newborn Maury Amsterdam.
Are you a cartoon character?
Yes.
I'm not sure. I think.
Yes, I think so.
I mean,
right,
are you
all right.
primarily a cartoon character?
No.
Or did you start as
no.
a live character and become a cartoon character?
That's they are. That I did.
Are you Gabby Hayes?
Don't
No.
look at all like it. No.
No.
Oh, you don't shave yet.
Not yet.
Are you a horse?
No.
Well, I didn't think there was one I hadn't bet on. I've had.
All right, Joan.
You said that you work with an animal. Is this animal that you work with a horse?
Yes.
Are you a cowboy star?
Yeah, more or less, yes.
Are you?
Yes.
Mostly more.
Have there been cartoons about you?
Yes.
Are you Hopalong Cassidy?
No.
You're not Hopalong Cassidy?
You have two questions.
Well, then, are you a person? Is this your real name? This person you'd like to be, as opposed to a name like Hopalong Cassidy. Is your real name?
Yeah.
Bracken is my real name.
No. Yeah.
I just wanted to get the plug in.
Are you the singing cowboy, Gene Autry?
All right.
Yes. Yes. I can't tell
Bill, Maury, write out your checks for $25 apiece. Eddie, thank you very much for being on with us. Go on over there and pick up your checks. Thanks for Benning's Home Appliance for being on the show. Good to see you.
Come back.
Now let's meet our next guest with a famous name. It's very attractive in those glasses. Don't tell me your name. Please tell us where you're from, will you?
Simsbury, Connecticut.
Connecticut. And what do you do?
I'm a farmer's wife.
Are you? Well, good. Farmer's daughter, too? All right. Before we play our game, let's let our home audience see this lady's famous name. Now, once again, I remind you that our legal experts have checked its authenticity. You remember how we play our game, Panel and Miss X? Before we start, may I tell you again that Miss X's name is a thing. We have 2.5 minutes. Joan Alexander, will you start?
Why do you always start with me on the thing? Is this an inanimate object?
Yes.
It isn't part of the body, like curly lips that we had last week.
No.
Curly lips, that's what we had.
Goes nice with newborn baby.
Yeah. Is it something I might use in the house?
Yes.
Is it something I might use in the kitchen or dining room?
Yes.
Is it something that would be used during a meal?
Yes.
Yes.
Is it something that would be used during, well, take the first meal, breakfast?
Yes.
Surely. Mm-hmm.
It
You
is.
use it during breakfast.
During breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
If one didn't know how to breakfast, if one didn't know how to eat this, would it squirt in one's eye?
What, darling?
Would it squirt in one's eye?
In one's either.
No.
That again is the trick of the year. No, Joan. We have very
then
short...
I take it. Is it something raw?
Raw?
Yeah.
As opposed to manufactured? No. As opposed to something...
Well, then would it be something you'd pour maple syrup on?
No.
Well, you might, but I don't know. No, don't. Yeah. You have only...
Can't think of any food except pancake that a girl's name could be.
You have 2 questions.
I passed.
All right,
Golly.
Bill.
I like the one kick Jones on here. I'm a little confused here. Would one eat this thing no matter how one cooked it?
No, I don't think so.
I like the one bit though. But it would be at a breakfast table. Is this more of a container than of food? In other words, would you put something into this?
Yes.
Yes, and you have about 20 seconds.
Do you put coffee into it?
No, not our...
No.
Well, what you do put in, is it more cold, on a cold side rather than coffee?
What you put in would be a little colder
Yes,
than coffee. Yes.
Do you put cream into it?
Cream in
Yeah.
it? No,
No.
and I'm afraid I'm... Go on, one question more.
I passed to Maury. Go ahead, Maury.
All right, one question
Glass?
more. Beg pardon?
Is it manufactured?
Yes, it's manufactured.
Drinking glass?
No, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to call time. Please forgive me. Panel, I'd like you to meet A. Stocking. A. Stocking. All right, Mrs. Stocking, I'll ask you to go over there and pick up your money. Thanks so much from Bendix for playing The Name's the Same. Nice to have you on the show. Yeah. Panel and I will be back to tell you about how they did. All right, now let's have a little accounting from the panel. Bill Cullen, will you make your report?
Well, Bob, I got away lucky. I only lost $50, but I'm not with that lady until she gets her foot off the table. That's all I have to say. Good night, everybody.
Joan Alexander, how about you?
I lost $75. I was going to say last time I had stockings for breakfast, I put maple syrup on them. Good night, everybody.
All righty. Maury Amsterdam, what about you?
Well, I lost $100, and it's a good thing I left the motor running in the car.
Good night, panel. Motor or not, you did very well. So long, folks, for Bendix washers, dryers, and ironers.
It's your game and you know you're right. GSM's got something new now.